A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. A-Try Media, DZRJ, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. It's here, the only radio talk show made specially for all workers of the call center industry. Call Center Radio. It aims to become a platform for conversation about anything related to the call center industry. We'll have different guests every week to discuss some tips, advices, and share inspiring stories of BPO employees. Call Center Radio. Call Center Radio. Hosted by N.A. Buendia, Frank Rizzo, and Tanya Sebron. Every Sunday, 7 to 8 a.m. Only here at DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Good morning mga ka-teammates! Good morning mga ka-teammates, at tayo po ay nandito na naman sa Call Center Radio, a show made specially for BPO workers. And of course, sa pamumuno po ng aming founder and producer, walang iba kundi ang voice master of the Philippines, Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. Kami po ang inyong mga ka-teammates. I am your call center vlogger, M.A. Buendia.
And I am your engineer BPO teammate, Tanya Sebron.
Good morning mga ka-teammates. I am the terrific host, Frank Rizzo.
Pasensya na po kasi major adjustment. So kung mapapansin niyo po, kami po ay umiere na mula alas 6 hanggang alas 8 ng umaga. Mas maaga, mas pinahaba ang ating magiging chikahan sa araw na ito, di ba? I'm very
bigger, bolder, better, longer.
Yeah. Full of surprises. So again, thank you so much, A-Try Media, and of course, Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez sa opportunity. And of course, napaka-interesting ng ating topic for today. But before that, let's have some announcements.
Yeah, we would like to thank all the 15,144 likers natin dun sa call center PH na Radio PH na page. O, diba? Since May, we already have 15,000 followers. Thank you so much for all the support since the pilot episode. Tas ngayon, season 2 na tayo.
Yes, thank you so much. And of course, we'd also like to thank A-Try Media's president na si Ms. Kay Dacer at sa ating program manager na si Sir Nestor Doria. Maraming salamat po sa pagtitiwala. And of course, this program is made possible by Pochology Academy, inspiring greatness, excellence, and success, and the Creative Voices Productions.
As always, we are live over DZRJ 8:10 a.m. online streaming at www.atrymedia.com, and like us on Facebook at A-Try Media, follow us on Twitter at A-Try Media, and follow us on Instagram at A-Try Media. So meron din kaming text line or Viber, it's 0939-914-3988, and our hotline is 412-0288.
Okay, so today sabi ko nga magkakaroon tayo ng very interesting topic. Ano tayo, most requested topic ko lagi sa Call Center Radio, Call Center Philippines, and mga pages ko like Tech Ninjas, and on my personal page kasi marami nagtatanong paano po ba makapasa sa call center or paano po makapasok sa BPO industry. So marami tayong mga binibigay sa kanila mga tips, mga advice, di ba? Pero ano ba yung common mistakes na ginagawa ng mga nag-a-apply? Kasi normally may mga narinig tayong kwento na 5 times na akong nare-reject o kaya naman nag-apply na ako dito, ano ba yung ginagawa kong mali? Okay, so ngayon may mga kasama tayo sa booth ng mga experts to, BPO leaders na mag-share ng kanilang tips. Normally sila yung mga nag-i-interview talaga. So it's better to get the tips from them, di ba?
Yes.
So who do we have in the booth today, Tanya?
Sige, our first guest, she is the Regional Talent Acquisition Director over sourcing and recruiting for all Philippine sites at the Results companies. She has been in the industry for 17 years now, 7 years of which are the Results first handling operations, leading to her stint as the first Filipino site director in the company prior to moving to her role now. FB has the true passion to empower and build next-in-the-line leaders. She has an eye for true talent and a big heart in developing others to succeed. She loves spending her free time cuddling with her dogs and cooking for her loved ones. Please welcome Francoise Bejasa, better known as FB.
Hey!
Welcome
to the program.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. Ako na mag-i-introduce dun sa next guest kasi kilala ko naman to.
Ayusin mo.
Pressure. So he's been in the industry for 11 11 years. He started as a tech support representative for a DSL account. He became a junior network engineer, and he is now a global service delivery lead for operations. During his free time, he loves spending his free time During his free time, he loves spending his free time with his 1-year-old daughter. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have Chester Gerolaga.
Hello.
Good morning. So, yan.
Morning.
First, let's get to know them. Okay, diba? How did you get started in the BPO? So, you mentioned 17 years.
Yes,
diba?
17
Tagal.
years.
Well, of course, I started as an agent. Everybody does naman diba? So, actually, when I applied, medyo mahirap nun kasi at that time, just imagine 17 years ago, ang trend noon was mga, mga GlaxoSmithKline, diba? So, ano nga bang tawag doon? Medical representative. Yes. So, yun. So, yun yung in at that time. Kasi nga, syempre, meron kang pakotse ka agad, diba, when you start. Pero, ayoko talagang pumasok sa ganong industry. And, I wanted to look for another job. Kasi, at that time, I was working at what do you call this? At the mental hospital. Kasi I'm a psychology graduate po. So, psychometrician po ako nun sa mental hospital at that time. And of course, ang hirap ang bango-bango mo pag pumapasok ka, di ba? Ang bango-bango mo, tapos puting-puting yung suot mo, pag uwi mo, may manok ka na. Parang poultry talaga. So, it was bad. So, kaya I wanted to find another job. Tapos yun, so I started walking sa may Eastwood, bago pa Eastwood nun. And yun, as in, from building to building, submit ka ng application. And then finally, I landed the job in a call center. At that time, it was called Global Stride. That was my first call center. So I was into sales.
Oh.
Tapos yun. So I rose from the ranks na. Actually, I moved to another call center. Tapos doon I started fresh. Kasi syempre, marami kang mistakes Diba?
Yeah.
When you start.
You can never get it perfect the first time.
Yeah. And of course, yung priorities mo pa. Diba? When you have the wrong priorities, of course, malilihis ka. Diba? Imbis na mag-concentrate ka sa trabaho mo, mas masarap ang uminom. Mga ganun. Barkada. Diba? So,
YOLO.
Yeah. Was it difficult, the adjustment from being in an asylum to a corporate world na?
It was fun. It was a huge change, and ang saya-saya kasi syempre matatanda yung mga kasama mo, may saya, diba? And then, well, ganun pa rin naman. May mga sayad
may mga sayad naman ng mga nasa BPO, diba? Iba ang sayad natin.
Mas diverse na nga lang.
Yeah, mas diverse, and it has been a fun ride ever since.
Okay. So excited tayo dun sa mga i-share na bilang isa siyang talent acquisition director, diba? Bigatin. And of course, kasama natin ngayon si Chester Gerolaga. So, curious lang ako kasi you started as a tech support representative, and now you became a network engineer and a manager. So, how was it? How did you get started ba?
I started, so, ganun din, as an agent, right? So, nagkaroon ng job fair dun sa City Hall namin, no? In San Juan. So, someone told me, hey, I was in college pa noon, fifth year college. So, I was taking up ACE. So, syempre, gusto ko technical, no? Technical support at that time. So, I attended, and one day recruitment yun. So, luckily, as a fresh graduate, no? Kumbaga, lahat ng concepts, no? Technical concepts na meron na ako nun. Pinure out ko lahat, no? Ng aking knowledge on my first interview. And luckily, after a week, sinuwerte ako, I was able to get in, right? As a technical support representative for DSL account. So, very thankful ako doon. Kasi before, parang, syempre, engineering,
Yeah.
Pero sabi ko, ano muna to, stepping stone. But I never left.
Yeah.
I never left. So, I started the BPO industry. So, kumbaga, been there, still there, right? So, andun pa rin, because it's really parang, it's now a career, right?
Yeah, correct.
Before, parang, since I did a fallback, right? Parang fallback lang. Kasi wala pa akong experience, but no, you can actually build your career in BPO. And that's what I did. From a technical support representative, had a chance to move up to a junior network engineering role, and then senior, then trainer, QA, team lead, until I landed this job, right? And I'm very thankful for the industry for giving me this opportunity.
Same situation, no? They work their way up talaga in the industry. And then it goes to show na hindi lang talaga siya yung sinasabi nilang springboard job. It's actually a career, di ba?
Yes.
It's a serious profession.
Yes, it is.
So, ngayon pag-uusapan kasi natin yung mga common mistakes nga na ginagawa ng mga job applicants. Kasi hindi naman tayo all-knowing, kaya nag-invite tayo ng mga guests. Depende sa mga topic.
Yeah.
Malay mo, may ginagawa rin pala kaming
May ginagawa pala tayong mali.
diba? So, pag-uusapan natin today, ano yung mga challenges sa paghahanap ng job or opportunity in the Philippines or paghahanap ng isang trabaho, di ba, sa corporate world. Kasi yung iniisip na iba, sobrang hirap. Is it really the opportunities? Is it really the job? Or is it just the scale? Or is it you? Is it me?
It's not
It's
you.
not you. It's
Diba? Ganun ako naman. What's the best way to do it? Is it yung mga jobs fair? Is it gonna be online? Kasi the world is changing. Everything is like going digital. So, pag-uusapan din natin yung mga ganong strategy kung paano ka makakaland ng job. Paggawa ng resume, di ba? Yung mga curriculum
it's very
vitae,
critical.
yung sabi nga ni Ariam.
Yeah.
Paano ilang pages ba siya? Tapos paano mo i-handle yung pinakamahirap na part, which is yung job interview. Okay?
Yes.
Which is sila naman talaga yung mga nagkakandak noon, yung mga managers, hiring managers, o kaya naman minsan yung mga team leads, o kaya naman mga tenured agents. So paano mo i-handle yun based dun sa expertise or kung anong skills na meron ka. Okay? So first, let's talk about yung mga challenges of finding a job in the corporate world. Is it really hard to find a job?
Actually not. That's not hard. Actually, ang nakita ko kasing challenge based on experience is hindi nila alam, they don't know about the BPO industry at the onset. Like fresh from school, right? So we actually partnered with IBPAP, we talagang sinabi namin sa kanila to na I think we should better orient the academe on what the BPO industry is all about. Kasi ang impression lang nila is para tayong mga paniki, di ba? That's it.
Yeah.
Gising
Zombies.
sa gabi, tulog sa umaga.
And so we had to change that perception.
Yes.
So, basically what we did, I've been doing this for about 3 to 4 years now, na nag-iimbita ako ng mga people from the academe, so, certain universities and colleges, and we take them on site tours. So, dinadala namin sila sa site namin, tapos pinapakita namin sa kanila yung end-to-end, like from yung life cycle ng agent natin. So from recruiting, going to grad school or yung nesting period, training pala, sorry.
Training,
and then
nesting.
going to their nesting, and then going to operations. So, we basically show them, each facet so that they know what it's all about, and it's not just about us being vampires.
Yeah.
So we basically changed it. So ang ganda na ngayon ng impression nila sa BPO, and they've actually started including it in their curriculum as well. Na meron na tayong mga customer service na
May mga courses na.
courses, yeah.
Perfect.
And also, like now, I actually have a partnership with this particular university, so it's AMA. So it's to basically launch the Results University. So as they work at Results, what we do is, we basically have their units credited as they work. So kumbaga,
Is it gonna be like an OJT?
parang ganun,
parang
yeah.
ganun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's part of it. So maraming ways to to basically orient them of what the BPO industry is all about, and I think this is a big thing kasi they're better educating the students now. Yeah, they're
diba?
better prepared. Yeah.
Correct. Kasi yung sabi mo nga, kailangan aware sila kung ano ba talaga yung industry.
Yes.
What about you, Chester? Ano yung feeling mong challenge?
I totally agree, Ang daming jobs out there. Just go to the most popular online recruitment,
Correct.
Ang dami dyan. So, I think the challenge is people see it as a commodity. Marami namang work dyan, I can actually choose, Pero, that's the mentality yung medyo nagkakaroon ng challenge. That people, and also, siguro yung mga, ang tinatawag ko yung 1.0 na advice na, I always hear na be yourself,
Yeah.
right?
Is it true?
Be a better version of yourself, right? Kasi ang nangyayari kasi if I tell you be yourself, wala nang preparation, pasok na agad sa interview, right?
Okay.
Parang you need to prepare. That means that you're being challenged because the interview is not about the interview, right? It's about you. So that means if you don't prepare, kumbaga, yung interview mo, parang hindi mo rin alam. Right? Sabi nga nila, diba, if you fail to prepare, diba, you prepare to fail. And I think that's the that's the most challenging part of one of candidates is the lack preparations mentally. Mentally na, alam nila, I'll just go, fresh graduate, wala naman ako alam. What you see is what you
Bigla
get.
siyang salang, no?
No, every person has potential. It's up to you
paano mo ibebenta yung sarili.
Yes.
Yeah. Kasi totoo naman talaga, di ba? May mga opportunities, maraming job hiring. Kahit sa online, sa Facebook lang, tumingin ka, ang daming hiring. Pero bakit ganon? Parang sobra pa rin yung scarcity ng employees ngayon sa Philippines. Ang daming opportunities, ang daming companies na nag-open. Pero ang problema kasi dito, maraming mga yun yung mga hindi ready ng mga employees.
Sometimes kasi people are not confident. They are overconfident. Parang iniisip nila na, okay, ganyan lang pala yung mga questions. So I can do that naman. Pero when you're on the spot na kasi, you have to be really prepared na brief and concise yung sasagot mo and all. Kasi di ba minsan sila iniisip natin, okay, talk about yourself lang naman. But when you're there na, you talk about yourself, so saan ka ba magsisimula? I graduated in ganyan-ganyan, nandun na sa resume, di ba?
Yeah, the paper can talk much about your achievements. Say you graduated cum laude, pero it's still different to present it na parang sellable. Ganon, ano?
Yeah, to your point actually, it's the interview itself, it's you selling yourself.
Yeah.
You really have to, kumbaga yung package mo, dapat ito yung package ko. How am I gonna sell myself? Diba?
Yes.
Kasi it's the only way for you to get hired.
Yeah, kasi nandun yung competition. Talaga, fresh grads, yung mga tenure folks, di ba? Yung mga tenure na galing na ibang company. So, minsan nandun kayo sa isang interview na 10 kayo. Tapos minsan wala ni isa na makaka-receive ng parang letter na pwede ka na mag-move on to the next round, di ba?
Yeah.
So, ano pala yung parang next topic kasi natin dito, saan ba pwede silang makakuha ng job? Is it still job fair or walk-in or is it online?
Okay,
ano na ba yung mga parang platform
Ako makakasagot dito eh. Actually, the top 3, sige, bigyan ko sa inyo yung top 3 ha, na nakakakuha kami ng applicants. Number 1 is employee referrals. So, syempre,
Referrals.
ang dali-dali niyan eh. Network mo lang sa Facebook. Tingnan mo kung ilan ang friends mo. On average, 700 people? I'm sure meron ka mga friends dyan who are working in other call centers, right? And they post the jobs kasi they get paid for the referral.
Yeah.
Alam ko yan.
Kaya kumikita ka pa dahil sa mga kaibigan mo, di ba? So that's number 1. Number 2, it would actually be social media. Ang social media is very, very powerful eh.
Yes.
Sinabi ko nga kanina, Facebook, di ba? Kapartner na yung employee referral doon. Di ba? Kasi ang friends mo naman, contacts mo sa Facebook. Di ba? So social media is actually very powerful. And it's not just Facebook that we're using. We're using Twitter, we're using Instagram, right? And other platforms as well. Siguro nagpe-Pinterest din kayo or whatever, di ba? So we use several platforms to basically advertise the jobs. Di ba? And of course, mag-Google ka lang. Google Ads kasi iba, ang mga companies natin ngayon, like Accenture, where you work, right? Ang maganda kasi dyan, pag in-SEO mo yung job ad mo, so lagi kang nasa top.
Yes.
So even if you just type in sa Google na, call center jobs, andyan na yan.
Nandun na.
Ang dami na, right?
Nag-advertise pa ba kayo using
Job Street?
Jaryo, yung mga
Jaryo?
classified ads?
No, because number 1, well, not so much. I know you guys do still, pero ang job advertisements kasi sa newspaper, it's just for one day and it's very expensive.
Yeah.
It's very
Depende
expensive.
yata sa size ng ilalagay mo sa newspaper.
So it ranges in between like 150 to 300,000 para mag-advertise.
Tsaka depende siya sa target market. Kung millennials, di ba, hindi naman nagbabasa na ng tabloid or broadsheet.
Papasok pa kayo ng Jaryo?
Hindi na, di ba? So everything is going digital na nga sa ito, di ba?
So yun nga,
How about you, Chester?
target audience, right? That means, we're trying to build sites sa mga provinces.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yung pinaka-primary source of their information nasa newspaper
Pa rin.
So it's still being used, right? And I like what she said, number 1 is referral. That's my most favorite source. Kasi, di ba, it's how you sell yourself. You already have a person selling you.
Pwede mo siyang balikan, no? Palpak yung binigay mo.
Kasi, and it's, kumbaga, kaya sabi ko, don't burn any bridges to any of your friends or your co-workers. Kasi, yung network, tignan mo na yung mutual friends nyo, no? Mutual friends pala dito, ni ganyan. But I think what we need is, number 1 pa rin yung sa online recruiting, no? That we're seeing. Kasi usually, nandun yung mga referral bonus, nandun yung mga signing bonus, right? And nandun yung talagang yung job specs, right? For the interested people, right? And then they paired that with social media. Paired that with social media, right? Kasi sabi ko nga is dati sa online masyado siyang parang cold, no? Parang ito lang spec, ito yung we're looking for. So you want the social media to at least what are other people saying about this job?
Yeah.
Or even, what I did is before is forums, Pinoy Exchange.
Forum.
Yeah, uso pa
yeah.
yun dati. I remember
Exchange.
that.
So, doon, pumasok ko, nakakakuha ka ng tips doon.
Oo.
Yep.
Tsaka nandun kasi, yung mga from people talaga to minsan nandun, sinasabi talaga nila yung mga issue ng company. Kasi anonymous di ba?
And
Super
experiences nila from
Oo.
You
recruitment.
also have recruiters there already. Kumbaga, yung moderating that forum.
Yeah.
No?
Pag-usapan nga natin yan, is it true na kapag recruiter ka, tinitingnan nyo yung Facebook account ng potential employee?
It depends. Kasi kung kung applicant is agent, medyo mahirap kasi ang dami nila. Kung on average,
okay.
ilan aplikante ang kailangan mong i-process, diba?
I-stock mo, di ba?
Pero siguro for higher positions, like from supervisor above, we check. We also check yung nila, syempre yung LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, very helpful yung LinkedIn.
Yep.
Super.
Pwede ba? Gumawa ka ng LinkedIn.
It's very professional kasi.
Oo, correct.
Si FB is kind of more of you outside the office.
Correct.
Si
Yep.
LinkedIn kasi is more of you as a professional.
Nandun yan talaga yung mga legal names, nandun yung mga experiences,
Yeah.
certificates,
Legal
training, nandun talaga. Sa FB, di ba, binabaliktad yung parang ambulansya.
Minsan ibang characters.
Yeah, tsaka pag-usapan niya natin yun, pwede bang hindi ka ma-hire because may mga pictures ka na yung mga drunk photos mo, meron kang mga lewd, mga ganong vulgar words dun sa... Is it being considered?
Kasi it's how you present yourself, 'di ba, to others. It actually is valuable.
It
Perception pa
matters.
din ng tao, lalo pag manager ka and then your posts are more on negative.
Yeah.
Oo.
Yeah. So, sige, bigyan kita ng classic example. So, sabihin natin, there's this particular applicant. So, sabihin natin, for a higher level position, whether it be supervisor or manager. Tapos, sabihin natin na something came up, tapos hindi na pala pwede yung interviewer mo. Diba? So, hindi nag-miss yung interviewer mo na, sorry, kailangan natin i-reschedule kasi let's say merong client visit or whatever. So, the interviewer just got tied up with something, diba? So, kailangan i-reschedule. Tapos, eto ka na, biglang nirant mo sa Facebook.
Yeah, oo. Maraming ganyan.
And it's actually very powerful, lalo na yung ang daming connections I
Yeah.
mean, it's really a small world. Na biglang makita mo na lang pala yung final interviewer mo, may common friend kayo.
Yeah.
Yari ka, di ba? So if you see that, di ba? Tapos you're posting negative stuff na yung sisirain mo pa yung ibang
Yung
company.
previous company, yeah.
Oh, it's hard. So, syempre, di ba? If you see that, is that somebody who I would want to hire?
Yes.
Is that gusto ko bang kumbaga ma-taint yung culture na meron tayo na maganda ng negativity na ganito. Diba? I mean, it's something to think about.
Yeah, sometimes people kasi they think that their rant is actually a reflection of dung nirarant nila. Well, in fact, it's a reflection of themselves.
Yeah.
Correct. Tsaka masyadong ina-abuse kasi yung freedom of expression.
Yes.
No? So, I suggest kung nag-a-apply pa lang kayo ngayon, di ba, check your newsfeed, yung mga pinagpo-post nyo nun. And then, i-private nyo yung mga pictures na dapat hindi makita. Kasi, what if you're almost there, di ba? Almost makuha mo na yung job offer and then, minsan may mga ganon na parang akala niya hired na siya and then bigla na lang may mangyayari. Does it really happen, Chester? Yung mga ganon na parang almost there na yung employee and then parang nag-decide na lang kayo na, wag na nga.
I changed my mind.
So far in my experience, di pa naman nangyari, right? Kasi ang namin is during the interview, it's not yet a standard, right? It's not yet a standard to look at the FB accounts, right? But magre-reflect naman yun sa interview. If this person has a tendency or whatever. That's why I like, again, I go to referrals, right? That I can vet people over there, right? In my experience, hindi pa naman siya nangyayari, pero I think but probably in the future kasi people are very outspoken in social media, you know. But yun nga, reminder to the people, no, that make sure na what you can't say sa face to face, don't do it in Facebook.
Yeah, sometimes it's good then to think na if pag na-post mo yan at inisip mo na pag nakita ba to ng boss ko or nakita ng parents ko, magagalit ba sila? Or am I gonna be proud of it? Kasi if no yung answer dun, then don't post it. Or better yet, gawa ka na lang ng diary. Doon ka na mag-rant.
Personal na lang.
Yes.
Pag-usapan mo yan.
Friends mo yung mga team lead mo, mga supervisors. Ang awkward actually awkward sa office. When people rant because of office and then they're doing it during office hours. Parang,
And call center groups pa.
Oo, parang isip ko, prank ba sa akin to? Na someone is complaining in Facebook kasi people will be texting me. Jess, what happened? Why? What's wrong? Kasi someone said, huh? He's over there.
Number one, it's working hours. Why were you able to post on Facebook, ano? O baka break? Pwede din.
Is it a common practice na people would add their boss on Facebook? Should they add their boss, do you think? Or should a boss add their agents?
Should?
Or
I mean, it's their prerogative, diba? Kasi there are a lot of people naman who they really just want their private lives to be,
correct.
separate, diba? So, meron talaga mga ganon. Pero meron din naman na yung tuwan-tuwa sila kasi lagi kayong may activities, may team building kayo or whatever na
Hindi mo siya matag.
you want to
Correct.
diba? Hindi mo matag, yeah.
Hindi baka naman kasi iba out of pressure lang. Lahat ng mga ka-teammates ko, friends sila ng team. Or kaya dapat i-add ko rin siya, mamaya hindi ako i-promote. Or may mga ganun kasi, diba?
Yeah, rapport for rapport thing.
Oo, sabi nila it's more about like a connection, diba? Yung personal outside work na connection kasi it's still, it matters. So, tatanong ko lang pala, yung mga interview questions, is it you deciding kung ano yung tatanong or is it like a standard ng company? May verbatim ba na binibigay?
It depends. So, kasi interviews would basically depend on kung ano yung line of business, diba? So, kasi it's targeted eh. So, kung ano yung hinahanap mo for every particular line of business, yun yung talaga yung tatanong mo, nandun yung line of questioning mo, diba? Although there are, of course, as a recruiter, pag recruiter ka, so there are standard questions that you will pretty much ask. Kasi, eto, hinahanap to ng lahat. Diba?
Yep.
Pero pagdating sa final interview mo, pag operations na yung mag-interview sa'yo, specific na yun na targeted. Halimbawa, tech account. So, dapat ito yung kailangan ko. Kumusta na kaya yung typing speed nito?
Yeah.
Diba? Kaya ba nito mag-multitask? So, these are stuff that, we basically look at. Kaya lang kasi it varies from LOB to LOB.
Okay, yeah. We have to take a break po mga ka-teammates. So, sa pagbabalik natin, pag-uusapan pa natin kung ano yung mga set of questions na normally tinatanong ng mga nag-i-interview. So, kung merong mga naghahanap ng trabaho dyan, please take down notes. Get your pen and paper. Kasi this is gold. Okay, napaka-exciting nating episode. So, time check in the Philippines, 6:35 a.m. Stay with us.
HY Media, DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. Ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Welcome back to Call Center Radio mga ka-teammates. At pinag-uusapan pa rin po natin common mistakes job applicants make. Kasama natin in the booth, we have Francoise, Bejasa, and Chester Gerolaga. So going back to the question, Chester, ano yung mga questions na normally tinatanong mo? Ano yung percentage no na more on professional and then yung personal? Kasi di ba you ask personal or tricky questions din?
Yep. So, primarily, syempre, dapat professional majority. But it really depends on the conversation, right? But it's usually that but mga 70 to 30. Kasi yung personal, it really helps to calm the nerves. Right? Kasi pag puro lalo na ako,
technical, di ba?
Puro technical, parang hindi na humingi ngayon.
Back off na.
No, overwhelmed.
Kaya, i-ano muna sa personal, para at least para mabalik siya sa, okay, makakompose
Medyo comfortable siya with you.
Kaya ako yung cliche, yung what are your hobbies? Kasi people are more comfortable talking about their hobbies.
Yeah.
Mas magiging outspoken sila, right? But ako siguro puro cliche ako just kasi my point is if people prepare, I expect a good answer for these questions. Like, tell me about yourself.
Yeah. What's your expectation dun sa tanong niyo? Kasi lagi siyang tinatanong and then isa yun sa pinaka mahirap sagutin para sa kanila. Yung tell me about yourself. What's the best answer for that question?
Of course, yourself, no?
Yan na hindi nakalagay sa resume? Or
It's yung between the lines. No? Ang common mistake kasi is you basically recite what's on your resume.
Yeah.
This is wrong,
That's
right?
what
But you
they're
should put
doing.
some story behind 11 years in BPO, right? And then what did you do for the past 11 years? What roles did you use? What roles were you? What were your responsibilities? Para hindi lang 11 years in industry.
Vague.
Ganyan. Parang for me, I read that. Right?
Correct.
But yung story behind it. And what I like about the tell me about yourself is I let the interviewee set the pace.
Yep.
Yun yung gusto, parang mas komportable ba? Kasi it's a two-way street during interviews. It's not, you're not here to impress me. You're here to make an impression. In order for you to do that, you need to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Right? And hopefully, talking about yourself, you're comfortable. You know? So that's my goal. And then, technical na. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah. How about you? Ano yung feeling mong issue nila kapag sinasagot nila yung interview question na yun? Yung first question pa lang, tell me something about yourself.
Actually, pag tinatanong ko yung question na yan, it's not tell me something about yourself. It's tell me something about yourself that's not in your resume.
Specific ka na.
Diba? Kasi surely, I mean, you know, yung resume mo, ang buhay mo, it's not 2 pages.
Yep.
Diba? Ang dami mong pwedeng sabihin about yourself eh. Kasi what I would try to get is really the spontaneity. And of course, yung para maging relaxed siya. To be comfortable sharing stuff with you. Kasi lalo na pag nag-interview pa ako, nakasuit ako. Siyempre, di ba nakakatakot?
Overwhelming.
So, para maging comfortable siya, which is, right, tama naman si Chester doon. Kasi kailangan mo talagang iset yung stage eh. Na okay siya. Kasi from that particular question, that's where you will have your follow-up questions eh.
Correct.
Sabihin natin na ito yung isi-share niya sa'yo. Okay, so what happened here? Ganito, ganyan. So, kumbaga, dun mo umpisahan. So, kasi pag final interviewer ka and you're trying to get to know the person, you take it from whatever he's saying, he or she is saying, diba? So, dun mo isa-set yung stage. And that's how you find out more about the person and how this person could be a good fit for the job or a good fit for the company and for the culture.
Pero normally, on the average, how many interviews does a applicant have to go through?
Usually, 2. Usually, 2. Yeah.
Initial interview to ng recruiter muna. Bago yung operations.
Checking for comm skills. Because in the company that I'm part of until now, si Ariam was part of the interview. Siguro we had 1, 2, 3, 4 interviews before I got in.
Hindi kasama yung language assessment doon So, pag sinabing interview yun, profiling ka lang ng recruiter, tapos yung final interview. Pero there is a stage na, syempre, yung language assessment na piece. Kasi sometimes it could be, what you call this, a machine that's measuring your language abilities,
that's
right?
not what I
Person.
Yeah. Kasi meron namang iba face-to-face. So, pag face-to-face, pag face-to-face yung assessment mo, it's not an interview, it's a language assessment.
It's an assessment. Pero part siya kasi pwede ka mag-fail doon.
Yep.
If they failed, especially kapag para sa voice account siya, hindi ka qualified. It's either i-reprofile ka or pwedeng bigwak, di ba? Curious lang ako doon sa kanina, yung ano ba yung nagmamatter normally? Ano yung tinitingnan nyo agad? Attitude, skills, talent, or background? Nadedetect mo ba siya first sa interview pa lang? Na ito, may attitude
It's actually the potential.
Yeah.
Kasi, actually, that's what's tough now, lalo na when you have experience. Kasi syempre, when you're already experienced, sinabi mo nga, di ba, kanina, some people make the mistake of being too overconfident, right? So, being overconfident. So, yun ang actually nagiging mistake ng mga people with experience na, kaya ko na to. Diba? Ganun eh.
May angas,
ganun.
no?
Oo. Na, syempre, parang, your interviewer is gonna be taken aback. Na bakit ganito tong taon to? Parang, gusto ko ba tong makasama ng mga ka-team ko? Ka-teammates, diba?
Yun nga, diba?
So, kaya ba? Diba? A-accept ba siya ng mga teammates niya? So, syempre, iniisip din yun. As a manager, diba? Iisipin mo yun eh. Diba? Will this person work well with, the teammates?
Correct.
Diba?
Ano yung mas madaling interviewin pala? Fresh grads or yun yan, sabi mo mga tenured? Ano yung experience nila? Difference?
They're two different things. Actually, they're not comparable, right? At least because there's a certain line of business, certain market for fresh grads that we're willing to take, and then potential. And potential dun, no? And also yung outlook in life, yung what do you want to do in the first 1 to 2 years from now. Usually, that are the questions that I ask for fresh grads. Kasi I want to know, where do you see yourself? Na, parang yung stepping stone ba to? Or just 3 months ka lang ba? 6 months ka lang ba? And then parang we want to see the continuity. Kasi there's a career waiting for you on the other side. I want to know if you're ready for that, right? For experience naman, ang expectation doon is yung not mastery, pero yung understanding of your current job. Right? And common mistake na nakikita ko, masyado silang focus dun sa job na ina-applyan nila. This usually is a higher position or higher. Pero when you talk about, so what do you do? Hindi nila ma-articulate ng mabuti yung current job nila.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Parang, in my mind, ba't ka nag-a-apply for a higher post or even but on your current job, you're struggling to even tell me.
Yeah.
Even tell me na, what do you do? What are your metrics? No? Parang ang dating is pumapasok, parang gano'n. That brings the character. No? And right now, especially when we ramp, ito rin yung common mistakes, although we were already talking about common mistakes, is kaya kayo, ka-teammates, no? 10 kayo, no, sa account nyo. Yung isa nag-apply. Or dalawa nag-apply. Natanggap. Tingin na isa, parang naman ginagawa dito. Diba? I can go there and then I will ace this interview. And then that person will not be accepted. What went wrong is, again, the individual character. No? See, that's why we do interviews. Kasi if we're just going to go to your profile and then 2 people already came in, we don't have to interview you. That's not really how it goes. Basically,
appointment
we
yun.
want to make sure, especially when I do closing interviews, paano ba to mag-jive dun sa current team?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Paano ba, will he be trouble? Will she be trouble? Those are the things that's running through my mind. Kasi if I say yes to this person, that person will be sitting on my floor. Right? And then a reminder, no? Di ba?
May mga na-hire ka na ba na nagsisi ka?
Ay.
Or may mga na-refer na ba sa'yo na parang gusto mong balikan yung nag-refer na ba't mo na-refer to? Of course, we don't really have to mention kung anong project or whatever.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens,
right? And I don't want to blame anyone.
Correct.
The referrer.
Take the blame, di ba?
Kasi ibang coming from different environment yung tao.
Yeah.
It just so happened on that particular environment, hindi siya talaga. Even kung alam ko na hindi nag-jive diba? And usually, when that happens, I try to do coaching as well. Kasi syempre ako rin din, diba? I have to be accountable.
Correct.
That I said yes to this person. Pero, blaming is not really, kumbaga learning.
Learning.
Yeah.
Learning yung baka may kulang ako sa questionnaire ko.
Yeah.
And I have to put in.
Correct.
Yung, kasi environmental fit lang na I hired this person, okay siya during interview. Pero nung pagdating niya sa floor, parang nahihirapan siya.
Ano nangyayari?
Sa team.
Diba?
I'm going to refer, what happened? Is he like this talaga? Hindi naman ganyan siya before. So, let's talk about, parang gano'n.
Doon na papasok yung intervention and training, o kaya naman reprofiling, maybe, di ba?
Yep. And there's also a matter of skill and will issue. Are you guys familiar with that? Yes. Skill and will, yeah.
Tsaka yung sinasabi nga kanina, Chester, yung tinitingnan nyo yung passion ng tao, especially kapag fresh grad na, di ba? May kita mo kung pwede ba itong magtagal kasi nandun yung loyalty di ba? Isa yun sa mahalaga. Speaking of loyalty, paano kapag yung experience na nag-a-apply, nakita nyo dun may mga gap? Doon, for example, 2 years kang tumambay. Kasi yun yung mga problema ng mga nagme-message sa akin. Paano ko po i-handle tong question na to na 2 years ako na walang work o kaya naman hopper ako, 6 months lang yung tinatagal ko. How would you handle that question from an interviewer na parang pwede kang magbago? Parang yun yung gusto mo sabihin na no, serious na ako ngayon. May mga na-experience ka na ganyan.
Of course, yeah. Ayan, actually that's the key thing lalo na ang operations, that's what they look at. Na kasi pag nag-hop ka, makikita na ano ba nangyari dito sa taong to. So what we want to find out, kumbaga on a recruiter perspective, what we want to find out is bakit ka nag-hop? Okay? Is it because you were not provided with the proper development? Were you not provided with the proper training, 'di ba? To be able to succeed. Kasi baka mamaya yung miss nandun sa these particular departments, hindi naman pala siya. Pero ang titingnan mo pa rin kasi talaga, I mean, 'di ba? Kung as a recruiter yun yung hahanapin mo na okay, nag-hop to kasi nga baka hindi siya na-develop ng maayos, 'di ba? And it's up to the recruiter to basically explain that to the final interviewer. I-endorse ko to sa'yo ha, pero kasi pag nakita mo yung resume niya, may mga gaps.
Correct.
Ngayon, ganito kasi yung nangyari. So pwede niyang ikwento. So actually, yung mga recruiters ko ganun ginagawa. They still find something good in that person.
Benefit of the doubt.
Kasi ang trabaho ng every recruiter is to help a person find a job. Yun talaga yung trabaho niya. So it's not, alam mo yun, yung to reject them, yung
to judge them.
To judge them. Hindi ganun So ang trabaho ng recruiter is really to help every person find a job. So yun yung sinasabi ko sa kanila. So pag itong taong to may potential, may chance pa, baka pwede nating i-save, sige, kausapin natin yung final interviewer and provide the feedback.
Wow, di ba? So, sana yung mga ano dyan, lumakas yung loob nyo na. May
Pero
nagbibigay
sana
naman
totoo
talaga ng
naman.
chance.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, be honest.
Oh, yeah,
Be honest.
Don't lie.
Correct.
Don't lie. Yeah,
Don't lie.
be honest. Kasi, yun lang talaga magsisave sa'yo.
The truth will set you free.
Yeah, the truth will set you free. And one thing I'm looking for, hoppers, gaps, and even career shifters. Yung totally different industry, no? 10 years in the industry.
Parang ako.
From poultry.
Industry, so parang ganyan.
Oo,
no?
baka naman na...
I'm looking for yung learning.
Yeah.
Right? Parang you have, di ako na-train masyado. The next one is, I'm trying to get the trend. You know? Get the trend. And then, after getting the trend, I ask, so ano yung learning? What are you going to do differently?
Correct.
Right? And what will make you, ako naman, in my mind, I want this person to stay if he has the character, di ba? Even the skills, right? What can make you stay? And if you're able to answer that na, yeah, actually I'm just looking for this. And if I see na talagang nakita mo decided ka na kung ano yung gusto mo talaga mangyari sa career mo, I think there's a big chance for you to get that job.
Kasi mahirap dun no? Yung talagang parang ginigauge mo kung ano ba talagang gusto niya.
Yeah.
Kasi kung hindi pa rin niya alam, it will be another.
Oo, di ba? Kumbaga potential attrition siya.
Oo, kasi dapat i-identify mo kaagad kung anong direction na gusto mong puntahan.
Correct.
So if you're unsure of yourself, so how can you expect for your interviewer to be sure about you?
Yan, totoo.
May iba kasi na parang iniisip nila, mag-soul searching kaya ako, pasok na akong call center. Diba? Huwag ganun.
Soul searching ka, sa Batanes.
Stressful na. So searching sa
Diba? Parang, yun nga, failure to plan is actually planning to fail. It's very, it's very cliche na, pero it actually is it. Parang matter of fact talaga yun. So, kung gusto mong pumasok ng BPO, you have to prove that you're gonna stay there and may career ka nga dong pupuntahan. Direction yun eh.
Yeah.
And if it's a higher position that you're applying for, di ba, paano kung may one shot ka lang pala for that interview? There's no second takes, di ba?
So yung sinabi kanina ni Chester na be honest. Okay, kasi may nagtanong sa akin nito, nag-awol po ako from the previous company. Should I explain it to them? Be honest. Kasi kung hindi ka magiging honest doon, lalabas yun sa background check.
Background
diba?
check, yes.
Mamaya, sabi ko sa kanila, minsan, nasa floor ka na. Minsan nun, yung regularization mo. Kaya may ilang months ka na nagko-call. So kaya naman doon ka na sa operations. Lalabas siya, pull out ka bigla. Kasi, sabihin na doon yung integrity and yung reputation. Parang how should they handle that na meron nga silang parang kaso or hindi sila na-clear dun sa previous company?
Actually, yan. So, may nag-awol, right?
Awol.
Sabihin mo nag-awol ka. Kasi once we do the background check, lalabas talaga yan. Tama.
Correct.
Tama yun. So, bakit ka nag-awol? Kasi usually, for the most part, kasi operator din ako eh. So, I actually came from operations. So, alam ko yung takbo niyan, di ba? So, ang tao, hindi niya iniiwan ang kumpanya. Ang iniiwan niya ang boss niya.
The usual.
Most of the time, yes.
Most of the time.
Diba? Tama kayo, tama. Agree kayo, diba? So, ang iniiwan niya yung boss niya. So, ano kaya yung ginawa ng boss niya para mag-decide na lang siya na hindi pumasok? Para at least, yung interviewer, alam niya kung paano ka i-motivate para pumasok.
So, pwede naman talaga na hindi man talaga parang bad na agad yung reputation ng tao sa inyo na parang baka mag-awalan din. Pero paano kung series ng awol?
From one company to another, awol lahat.
Copper na, awol na.
Diba? Behavior na yan.
Yeah, behavior na. So, background
Real
check, bottom line, background check is for real. Hindi po ito parang CCTV na, ay, hindi naman yan gumagana. Hindi naman yan ginagawa, so wag na lang din. So, it's really something that the company also invest in. Yep.
Minsan mga third party pa yung gumagawa.
Usually, it's a contractual obligation as a company to our clients, right? That these people are vetted, right? That these people don't have any records na dubious, right? To make sure that they are, good citizens, law-abiding citizens, right? It's very important. And for me, hopefully, it only happens once. No? It happens once. Because, again, things happen, right? But you need to be honest in that. And like, if you can, I don't know, I haven't done any AWOL naman. If you can close it with the previous company or whatever.
Balikan mo, no?
Like a formal A. Para lang at least close ma-close mo na yan ng chapter ng buhay mo, so you can move on.
Yes.
Exit gracefully.
Yes.
Correct. That's talaga the bottom line. Ito, let's talk about the bond, training bond. Kasi laging concerned yung mga tao na pag hindi ko natapos yung contract, talaga bang hinahabol ng company yung mga employees na hindi nila na-accomplish. Kung di ba may contract kasi yun, na kailangan you have to stay with the company for like 2 years or 1 year or else you have to pay a certain amount. Is it true?
Konting companies lang meron yan ng training bond. It's not a trend anymore. For the most part, magbibigay ka ng bond. Ngayon ang nangyayari ngayon, magbibigay kami ng bond pag pinadala ka sa ibang bansa.
Okay.
Yan. So if pag nag-invest ang company doon at sabihin natin they have to stay for a couple of years or maybe a year para yung ROI nga ng company, 'di ba? Kasi you're sent for training outside of the Philippines, tapos pagbalik mo bigla kang aalis.
Correct.
Kasi meron ka ng visa. Huwag ganun.
Nakakabuwis.
Parang you just made yourself ready for the next job in another company.
Correct.
And the company who sent you abroad didn't really benefit.
So nag-invest yung company sa'yo, so at the same time, diba, mag-invest ka rin sa company. And if your question was kung hinahabol ng company talaga?
Nahabol ba?
Yep.
And it's written black and white.
Yes. It's a contract, right? That means that's a breach of contract, no? On your side. You don't want to do that.
Correct. Hindi pag may mga nagtatanong din sa akin, bakit po ganito? Ba't nililipat na po kami ng ibang site? It's in your contract. Okay? Ba't po nililipat kami ng ibang shift? Ba't po dati morning kami? It's in your contract. Read your contract bago mo pirmahan. Kasi sa job offer, nakalagay doon na amenable ka na malipat ng location, depende sa business needs, ng shift. You check what you signed up for.
Yeah, it's your responsibility because you signed up for it. Tsaka, hahabulin ka talaga nun.
Yun yung mahirap pag verbal lang na pag sinabihan ka lang kasi wala kang proof. But everything is black and white.
Yeah.
Especially
mahaba yung mga contract, but you're gonna stay there for long, you read it talaga.
And for 1MA, with what you have mentioned na yung sa shift, basic expectation, BPO is a fast-paced environment. So we really pwede ngayon, nasa pang-umagang shift ka, bukas nga lang, nasa pang-mid-shift ka na, the other day, nasa pang-gabi ka na.
Yeah.
Diba? And location-wise, you can be transferred from one location to another.
Yun yung sinasabi kanina ni FB na yung especially kung galing ka sa ibang industry na wala kang idea na ganun ka-dynamic yung culture, yung lifestyle, or yung buhay sa loob ng BPO, ma-overwhelm ka talaga na at ganito pa-iba kami ng team. Ganito 6 months pa lang siya, promote pa siya. Yung ibang mga ganun kasi sabi tayo dun sa traditional na kailangan ganito muna. Kailangan 11 years na ako dito, morning lang talaga ako. Wala pa natin kasi maraming interested na mag-apply. Pero ang ticket nila kasi para ma-invite sa isang interview ay isang magandang bonggang-bonggang resume. Diba? Sabi nyo nga, gumawa kayo ng LinkedIn account and then yung CV. Or iba may mga cover letter pa. Uso pa ba yun? Cover letter. Diba? Pero
actually, yung resume hindi na rin uso eh. So, totoo lang. Kasi everything's online now.
Okay.
So, how you
just send
apply?
it.
Meron ng online application. So, for the most part, lahat ng BPOs meron yan eh. Tayo gumagamit ng Taleo. Tama ba ako? So, diba? So, meron tayong mga applicant tracking systems ngayon na lahat online na. So, from your online application, dun mo na i-enter lahat. Kung ano yung nasa resume mo, yun din yung ilalagay mo dun eh. And then after that, meron kayong online assessment. Tapos, meron kayong language assessment. Interview with the recruiter, tas final interview. So, everything's online. Actually, hindi na nga uso yung resume. Pero, and as far as the resume is concerned, hindi actually impressive pag sobrang daming pages.
Ilang pages ba dapat?
Actually, basta i-highlight mo lang kung ano yung key things yung key achievements mo. And of course, kung saan companies, makita mo lang yung tenure sa companies, tas yung key achievements mo lang. Key achievements.
A page or two, probably. Right?
Maximum of 2.
Yeah, maximum. Kasi think of it like a Google search page.
Yeah.
No? Who goes to page 2, no?
Yeah.
Who goes to page 2? Laging page 1, right? That means that nandun na lahat ng accomplishments mo. And one thing that and then ibig sabihin, prime real estate yung first page mo. Don't put your JD there. Your job description. Nakita ko yung mga job description.
Yeah, and it consumes so much of the page.
Sayang yung opportunity mo eh. So usually, ang nakita kong best practice is yung highlights. So, yung highlights, yung kuya, kung 10 years ka na as a call center agent, so ano yung mga best in QA, agent of the year, those...
Put that on top.
Yep,
Correct.
on the first page,
very
right?
good point,
Na para dun mo ilalagay. Rather than you putting your job description, which is very generic.
Yeah,
Parang,
correct.
okay, sayang yung space, no? Ano ka pala.
So, i-highlight mo talaga din yung mga strengths mo, mga awards, di ba? Dapat nandun siya mauna. Yung personal data nila, yung personal information nila, normally sa mga second page na yun, di ba?
Or sa dulo.
Sa dulo na yung mga part. Naglalagay pa ba ng mga character reference?
Is it advisable to put character references?
Well, for higher positions, it's key. Kasi talagang we do reference check.
Okay.
Okay.
So, isa pa sa resume nila. So, sabi nyo nga kailangan hindi siya ganun ka-lengthy, and then the grammar, the spellings, di ba? Particular ba talaga doon dapat?
Okay, on a language perspective, mas particular na ngayon, nag-evolve tayo eh. Nag-evolve tayo sa industry. So, hindi na tayo actually very particular about the accent. Napansin nyo? Hindi na, di ba? So, what we're actually very particular about now is thought organization. So, it's really how you gather your thoughts in order to be able to address whatever or resolve, customer's issue. Ganun na eh. Kasi titingnan mo, okay, nakikinig ba ng maayos to?
Yeah.
Diba? Yun lang. So, meron kang active listening and then you're able to articulate kung paano mo isosolve yung problema. Tapos. So, we were not really particular about the grammar now. We're not particular about the accent as in no more
Never
talaga. Oo, kasi ang hinahanap lang talaga ng mga clients natin really is, yun nga eh, yung active listening. Diba? Tama yung na-identify mo problema, tama yung solusyon mo.
Resolution. Yep.
Ano yung mga tips niyo pala dun sa mga mag-undergo ng interview, the professionalism na part, yung punctuality, dress code, kasama siya sa mga kino-consider?
Siyempre, right? Punctuality. For me, it's courtesy, right?
Correct.
Because ako naman, hindi naman sa pagmamayaba, when people like closing interviews, they slot a time for you.
Yes.
Right? And then go back to operations. Right? Okay, so you have 2 interviews for today. Okay, I'll block my 2 to 4. Okay. So if you become late, parang I get tatawagan ko na ba to or what? Or sometimes you will miss the slot and I have to reschedule you after 5 hours or after 2 hours. Right?
Bad impression na agad yun, di ba? On your part.
And one advantage that is of being punctual is, let's say if the recruitment hub, it again help you calm your nerves. You get to talk to the people probably in the recruitment or in the lobby or whatever. Hindi yung habo-habo ka biglang upo ka dun sa interview.
Hindi mo pa na-compose.
Correct. Hindi ka muna nakapag-ready.
Yung thought process mo, wala dun sa interview. Is yung biyahe mo na kung gaano ka traffic, right? Hindi ka focus during the interview. It will show na parang hindi ka pa kaya minsan okay, calm down, okay. Get some water, ganyan.
Compose yourself.
It's precious time between me and the interviewee. I want every interaction that I have to be successful as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kasi ako rin parang pag may na-turn down ako parang sayang. Sayang naman, di ba? Siyempre gusto ko 100% lagi na hit rate na whoever I interview, I get to hire that person. In reality, may hirap na. Di ba? Pero yung sa mga interviewees, no, don't look at the interviewers as like parang judge, no, na no.
Yeah.
No, yes, no. We're there to help you out as well, to bring the potential, no? And in order for us to match what we're looking for with you. Kasi in my experience interviewing people, hindi naman laging exact match eh. Yeah, there will be some yung hahanapin mong potential, yung how does this person have skills that can be transferred, right? Yung thought process, analytical thinking, common sense, right? Yung mga yan, kasi that can be applicable to any accounts. Na once na master mo yun, right? You're able to actually go to different lines of business.
Correct.
Okay. Kasi you guys are managers, ano? So, ang dumadating sa inyo ay filtered na ng mga recruiters before yung mga other parts of the recruitment, ano? What's the percentage of them based on experience, passing rate, nung mga ni-refer sa inyo from the previous part of the recruitment ang pumapasa?
Throughput ba?
Yep.
As in from the total number of applicants hanggang sa...
No, to those who were able to
pass the HR interview.
Yep, HR interview, come interview, and then you.
Okay, so based sa from the final interview endorsement sa akin.
Endorsements,
ako, natin, ako nag-final interview. Yung mga in-endorse sa akin, the standard is 71% of the time they pass. Ngayon, if they fall below that, calibration. So dapat ganun eh. It always has to be that way. Pero if you're talking about people that come in the door hanggang matapos yung process, kung ilan yung pumasa, it would range in between, it varies talaga every month, pero it ranges in between 17 to 22%. Sometimes it goes to 24%. So, depende yun sa quality ng na-source mong tao eh. Diba? So, it's really dependent on that. So, kung sabihin natin Q4, grabe kang maghabol na ng sourcing
may quota kayo.
Oo, bibigay na lang sa'yo, God-fearing. Diba? Yun.
Magpe-prayer meeting na lang sila sa ops.
May gumagamit pa ng mga third-party, recruiters.
Yep, recruitment agencies.
Kasi may interview rin na ginagawa yun eh. Kasi diba, it's their job to really
parang mga
filter.
headhunters. Yeah.
Headhunters.
A small percentage kasi it's a big investment eh. Actually talagang yan ang pinaka-expensive na sourcing channel sa totoo lang. Yan ang pinaka-expensive. So we control it. So meron lang certain na let's say months na i-activate mo siya. Kasi it's not ang mahal talaga siya.
How about yung
surcharge kasi yun.
ganun ba? How about yung mga kasi napansin ko ngayon sa mga malls, sa MRT, may mga sumusunod sa iyo and then nag-o-offer na sir call center, mga
Referral
ganun.
siguro.
Kasama rin yun doon para mga third party recruiters din yun or
So we call them promoters.
promoters.
So ito yung mga nangingidnap.
Yeah, or
Nakakatingin ka sa McDonald's.
nang-ambush sila.
Tapos doon
Bigyan ka ng GC.
O kaya parang budol-budol sila eh.
Yun nga eh.
Kain muna tayo. No, pero actually, ang hirap maghanap ng magagaling na ganun ha. Mahirap maghanap. Pero there are certain people na ang galing nila. Sobrang skilled sila pagdating doon. They're really good in talking to people. Umpisahan sa sigarilyo. Sisindi na sigarilyo.
Yeah.
Oh, pasindi naman.
Flow ng-
Doon lang, pero hindi pa naman pala nagyoyosi to. Pakikisindi lang. Tapos wala, nakasindi lang yung sigarilyo. Tapos yun na.
Napasign
starts
up niya
talking to you. Yan. Uy, okay dito, ganyan. Halika, kasama ka na sa akin. Ito, may van tayo.
The comfort of that van.
May mga ganun talaga. Tapos sige, saan mo gusto kumain? Tara, kain muna tayo. Gusto mo KFC? Yung ganun.
Ganun na pa talaga yung ngayon, yung parang kakulangan, scarcity ng employees. Kasi napapansin ko, nagpa-pirate na from other companies, di ba? Ano yung masasabi niyo about that?
Actually,
pa rin ba talaga?
pagdating sa mga ganyan, so we call that caravans ha. So caravans yung tawag namin dyan eh. Pero I see it as the game of the call center industry.
So will it not appear for the company to be desperate enough?
Everybody's doing it eh.
Yeah.
Kumbaga, it's really part of your list of sourcing channels.
Okay.
So it's really part of it. And it's the game that the call centers actually play. Pero wag ka namang sobra na paglabas ng tao sa building.
Naka-badge pa.
May ID pat lahat.
Ginawa mo na eh.
Wag naman ganun. Kasi wag naman tayo magbastusan.
Respect.
So okay tayo na sabihin natin, may McDo na medyo siguro, 'di ba? 5 minutes, 10 minutes away from the building, tapos kumain sila sa McDo and you talk to them, that's fine.
And I think there are buildings na bawal yung kunyari galing ka sa amin sa bench tower pa ako nag-work. Nasabi na no? Kunyari sa BGC, from 10th floor hindi ka pwedeng mag-apply sa mga nearby companies.
Yung mga nandun lang
Mismong building.
Floor.
Yeah, there are some companies na parang may gentleman agreements.
Yeah.
Let's talk about yun nga, yung agreement. Kasi may napansin ako nun, when I signed up dito sa company ko na to, meron dong mga list ng companies sa parang, hindi ko alam kung sister company ba sila or parang i-declare mo kung naging employee ko ng company na yun.
Actually, kasi we have a partnership with those, kumbaga, maliit lang naman kasi yung industry natin. I mean, everybody knows everybody, diba? So, for the most part, sa recruiting standpoint, we partner with other call centers kasi meron tayong mga ramps. So, pag meron ka ramp season, and then you need to hire, sabihin natin, 500 people for a particular account. Tapos, magra-ramp down ka after 3 months, sabihin natin, di ba? Sabihin natin, Accenture, meron ako mga tao dito. Diba? So, meron ako 500 people, baka gusto mong kunin. Para at least, wala na silang ganun ka... di ba? Baka may need ka. So, i-endorse ko sa'yo.
Pwede pa lang.
Diyan din nakakatulong yung IBPAP, right? So,
Yeah,
this BPO companies, they have their own organization.
Okay.
And sometimes, if parang tribunal yan sometimes if it happens, minsan di maiwasan, pinag-uusapan yan in a forum, right? Yun yung talaga yung gentleman's agreement. Parang, okay, kasi ano yan parang weather lang yan. Right now, you're poaching from us, but there might be some opportunities. Magbabalikan lang. And parang kumbaga, as an industry, it's not healthy. Right? It's not healthy. That means, kasi ultimately, sa individual pa rin naman yung decision. Right? But how we conduct it, right? We have to make sure that we are professional enough to talk to other companies. And yun nga, like example yung IBPAP na there are certain times na, hey, can you talk to the recruiting director of this particular company? Just to understand. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, yun naman yung kasi it happens. Right? Ikot-ikot yan, no? Ikaw ngayon, you're getting his employees, and then after 3 months, parang
balik na.
Pwede.
chaotic
Kasi maliit nga lang yung mundo talaga ng...
Kasi pwede naman na hindi naman talaga yung the actual company that's poaching. So, kasi di ba,
Referrals,
for the most part, ang promoters, they're third party Di ba? They're third
Wala
party
silang idea dun talaga.
So, diskarte nila yan kung paano sila kukuha ng tao. So, kaya tuloy, ang napapag-usapan from company to company,
Pinapirate.
okay, pasensya ka na kasi hindi ko alam na ganyan.
Yeah.
Di ba? So, okay, pagsasabihan ko, pasensya na, it's not gonna happen again. So, kumbaga, it's just that, kumbaga, we respect each other. I mean, we're in the same industry. Diba? I mean, we have the same pipeline. Diba?
Alright.
Yeah.
So, we have to take a break. So, sa pagbabalik po natin, pag-uusapan pa rin po natin all about job interviews na naman to. So, again, if you are just tuning in, nag-adjust na po ang aming time slot. So, from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. Mas mahabang chikahan na to. So, we'll be back with more Time Check in the Philippines, 7:12 a.m. Stay with us.
A-Try Media, DZRJ, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Welcome back to Call Center Radio mga ka-teammates at pinag-uusapan pa rin po natin common mistakes job applicants make. So, all about job interview tips po ang topic natin for today and nagpapasalamat tayo sa lahat ng mga nakatutok sa ating Facebook Live.
Since 6 a.m.
Correct. 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. na po kami ngayon. 2 hours. So, kung may mga questions kayo dito sa ating mga recruiters or dito sa ating mga managers in the booth, please go ahead and comment below and please share it to your friends, okay? To give value naman dun sa, para at least aware sila kung ano yung mga job interview tips.
Yep, and we'd also like to say hi not just to our avid listeners here in Metro and Mega Manila, but also to our listeners sa DYME Masbate, 107.1 Power FM Puerto Princesa, Palawan, and 97.1 Wow FM Rojas Northern, Palawan. Hello guys!
Hello. So, online ngayon sila Chain San Luis, Jet Ramos, JM Jasmine, Reyna Deliton Medina, Cool Boss FB, Mimi Enriquez, sabi ni Donna Rodriguez yon. Cool Boss daw. So from Amira Ortego Quiapo, Uy Chester, Yay Esmilia, wow Chester. So again, kung nag-join pa lang kayo ngayon sa aming live session, please go ahead and comment down below. We also have Fran De Angelo Villanera. So good morning everyone. Thank you for listening.
Kay Rose Arana Olimra, 6 to 8 a.m. every day. No, 6 to 8 a.m. Sundays.
Every Sunday. Maubos kami ng topic every day. Baka showbiz na yung pag-usapan namin.
Call monitoring na, no?
Oo, yun nga. Actually, may mga text line kami. So, kung may mga concerns kayo. Pero, pinakamadali, mag-comment lang kayo below or merong Saraha account, yung
if you want it anonymous.
Kung gusto mong anonymous, may mga nagtatanong sa amin doon na something na hindi mo pwedeng i-reveal kung ano yung identity mo. So magkakaroon din po ng ganun yung call center radio. So next week, let's try to read some comments there or yung mga messages nila na pwede nating masagot.
Yeah, and you can come visit our booth naman. We also have live audience here. Open na din kami. So if you're active enough to wake up mga 5:45. Yes, we are open.
5:45 you should be here already kasi 6 we start na eh.
Do let us know dun sa call center radio page and then we'll give you the address so that mag-meet and greet tayo here and you can actually see what's going on inside the booth and off-cam din.
Diba? Exciting. So, ayun, going back to our topic, pinag-uusapan pa rin po natin yung mga job interview tips, yung mga common issues ng piniface ng ating mga applicants. Okay? Kasi pinag-usapan nga natin mga common mistakes. Ano yung pinakamalaking parang almost there na sana pero dahil dun sa sinabi niya or dahil dun sa ginawa niya or dahil dun sa merong kang nakita na issue, pwedeng maging grave yun or pwedeng maging issue yan na hindi siya ma-hire.
Almost there.
Ano yung pinaka parang, is it like the background or attitude?
Or most sensitive part of the interview na parang ito, pag di niya nasagot to ng tama, most likely...
Normally, nandun yun sa mga technical questions. Kasi, like,
usually ganyan eh. Either sa technical questions, pag sales ang pinapasukan mo,
correct.
na parang, may kulang eh. Hindi eh. Kasi parang pag may nakita ka na baka hindi siya maging successful kasi hindi ko makita to. Oo, hindi ko to makuha sa kanya. I can't get it out from this person. Sabi kong ganyan. So, pag ganyan naman kasi, I do provide the feedback sa recruiter na talagang hindi kakayanin. Endorse mo na lang dito kasi hindi to kaya dito. Dito mo ilagay.
Pero may chance pa din sila to go to other departments.
Ganun naman talaga eh. Kaya right now, yung common misconception na will call you, no? Parang hindi ka tanggap. No, it's not that. Meron na tayong recruitment process. No?
Okay.
Kasi, before kasi usually mga may-ari ng kumpanya yung nag-interview kapag sinabi na,
we'll call you, wala na.
I will call you. But, we have a lot of openings, no? In the industry that you might not be fit for a technical, you might be a good fit for sales. Right?
Okay.
Or for other accounts that we might be looking for. That's why I always say na recruitment will get in touch with you. So it's either you go ahead to the next stage or we have another opportunity that you might be fit. Right?
Pero, hindi na nga totoo yun na pag sinabi na we'll call you, na hindi tatawag, na reject ka. Kasi we provide the feedback. Pag na-reject ka, we'll tell you.
Okay. Yeah, that was supposed to be my next question. With the number of applicants that you have, month on month, do you really personally like tell them or yung recruitment
personally
personally tell them what needs to be improved?
Yes. It has to be stated personally kasi we don't want to mislead. We don't want to waste time. On the part of the applicant, on our part as well, na okay, ito yung mga kailangan mong i-work on, ito yung opportunities mo. You can reapply after 3 months.
And I think it will still go to the fact that your job is to really help somebody land a job. Kasi with that feedback, he can improve.
So, ganoon na pala ngayon. Talagang sasabihin mo na kung this is something that you have to work on.
Yep.
Okay,
Pero
this is
does
something
it
that
work ba na, diba, we'll call you back, pero in a week or 2, hindi pa sila tinatawagan. Is it okay to like follow up? Na,
Yes. It's the recruiter's it's the recruiter's job, right? To make sure na yung may closure or may ganito or
may closure.
May mga nag-ano sa akin, hindi na po ako tinawagan. Mag-a-apply na ba ako sa ibang company? Hindi nila alam kung paano sila makaka-move on.
It's okay to follow up.
Yep. It's part of their process, right? That means kumbaga closure yun. It's part of their culture. Now we don't drop people na just hindi siya symmetric din nila yun no? Kasi that person might be a good fit for another one. So you want to keep an open communication with that person. And then usually a reject letter na ang nakalagay lang naman doon na for this particular job hindi ka fit pero I'm helping you out kung saan man, right? That means you need to have you have your cell phone number of your recruiter You can ask them you can ask them, you can Viber them if you want. And they're professional enough to give you feedback because as interviewers, what we do is we write recommendations as well. Right? Write recommendation is again to give feedback to the person and also calibrate with our recruitment team. Right? That para alam na nila, para pagbalik ulit, calibrated na yung recruitment team. If ever that person gets endorsed to another account, and it happens a lot. There are people that I recommended to another project or another account. So makita ko nasa ibang floor.
Di ba? At least parang pa rin, hindi na sayang. Di ba yung effort? Kasi malaking investment yun yung pag-announce mo lang sa sa Facebook and all that. And then tapos may mga promos pa like may mga signing bonus. Meron I'm working with this home-based company right now. They actually invest to money dun sa mga influencers talaga na makakatulong dun sa kanilang, kasi kailangan nga nilang tao. May maraming project pero hindi mag-ooperate yun kung walang taong, di ba? Walang uupo.
Yes.
So sayang yung job na yun or sayang yung potential client ng BPO company. Di ba? Pag-usapan natin, meron ka ba mga unforgettable scenarios?
Unforgettable
moment, memorable, or parang bloopers sa pag mga ini-interview.
So, actually, sige.
Sana wag na nilang gawin, wag na nilang tularan.
Sige. Siguro, kasi itong particular program na to, sales siya.
Okay.
Tapos ako yung inassign na mag final interview.
Okay.
Although hindi ko na talaga trabaho 'yun, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Pero kasi since I have the sales experience, so ako yung inassign na mag-interview. Sige, okay. So ito yung recently lang to eh. So sabi ko, una, bebenta niya sa akin cellphone niya. Okay? Kasi alam mo na yung cellphone mo eh. So alam mo na features niya, 'di ba? I mean, if you've had it for at least 3 months, you'd know how to sell your phone. 'Di ba? So ang dali, 'di ba? So pinapabenta ko sa kanya yung phone niya. Hindi. Sumoblay. So sabi ko, sige, bigyan natin ng chance. Baka pwede pa to, baka pwede pa.
Yeah. Okay.
Sige. What do you have with you now that's valuable that you think you can sell to me? Let's do it one more time. Let's try again. Diba? So bigyan kita ng isa pang chance. Let's try again. Huwag ka naman magbenta.
So the question is, what did he or she sell?
Oo, something valuable sa sarili niya. Very memorable to. A moment of silence, please.
Yung underwear. Did she pass or did he pass?
Yun na lang nga yung valuable eh.
So, how would you handle that question? What's the best way to really, like, may mga ganun yung sample, like, how would you sell second-hand toothbrush?
Wait lang, I have a question din. How was your reaction? Did you laugh or did you manage to compose yourself?
No. I had to remain composed. I would after. Tapos niya talaga, oh my God. Kasi tawa na lang talaga ako natawa. Hindi ko talaga kinaya. Pero hinintay ko naman talagang matapos yung interview hanggang makalabas na siya. So, but yeah, don't do that. Kasi isipin mo number one, anong isipin ko? Baka may potential kang mag-sexual harassment. No, it's creepy, diba? Creepy yun.
Yeah,
Huwag ganun. Kasi, again, you have to keep in mind that you're selling yourself.
Correct. May borderline kasi talaga yung sense of humor and diba?
Yeah, professionalism.
Professionalism. Kailangan alam mo kung where do we draw the line. Na parang, sabi nga nila, diba, parang talk to your recruiter as a friend, pero hindi naman na friend na parang, oy, bakla, tigilan natin. Yung mga ganun. You really have to make...
Interviewer.
Diba? Interviewer, ganun ka na. Diba? So,
Beshi.
ano yung impression? Beshi. Sige, Bes. So, ganun. Parang, ano bina-apply mo? Comedy bar ba? Hindi, diba? It's a call center. It's a corporate company.
Yeah.
So, kailangan i-maintain mo talaga yung ganung professional na...
Hindi ko talaga makakalimutan yun.
How about you, sister?
Ako naman, mga ganun din, mga bloopers din yung, kaya minsan awkward pag may mga green jokes, no?
Yeah.
Make sure that stay professional, Kasi minsan sometimes, baka pwede ka nila ma-hook, pero no, let's get to the topic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For me, siguro ang mga memorable or awkward, siguro yung mga client interviews. So what I do is, pag may client interview, I interview them first, then okay, this is good for client interview, and I join the client interview. And my client right now is very candid, right? They're very candid, and interviews kasi usually through ganyan kalaking screen, no? 55-inch screen, no? And then he was at home, no? So I interviewed, the person was very confident. Kaya lang nakita niyo yung mukha nung kliyente ko.
Yeah.
So talaga hindi na siya nagsasalita. Ang tanong pa sa kanya, first question was, who are you? This is very candid. Right? Like, I was, nakaganon ako parang, by the way, he's
diba?
Sa kanya,
Rescuer ka na.
Kasi nag-froze siya. And then talagang, meron siya mannerism na nagigigil. Nagigil siya, let's say, I am a hee-hee. Mga ganun siya. And then I was, yun nga, sabi ng kliyente ko, he's a giggly mess. Yun na yung feedback niya. Tapos na, hindi. And then, usually, nakagano'n na ako, nag-froze na ako na parang, tapos nung paglabas nung application, sabi sa akin kliyente.
Yeah. parang napahiya ka tuloy, diba? Especially on that part kasi pumasa naman siya nag-undergone na siya ng interview dun sa recruiter or ng HR and then sa'yo, and then pagdating sa client, syempre yung client ang last decision, and then parang, yun na yung go, no, or go.
That's why it's about you. It's about you. It's not about the interviewer. That kahit sino kausap mo, you should be able to present yourself. And if you prepare enough, you should be able to do that to whoever, kahit president ng kumpanya yan.
Correct.
If you have the skills, if you have the experience, you should be able to articulate that.
Correct.
Sometimes kasi people put the barrier sa sarili nila na parang, oh my gosh, VP na yung mag-i-interview sa akin. Paano ba? These are still people and they just want to know you more.
Yes.
They don't want to impose anything on you naman. Kasi normally yung mga kakilala ko, oh my gosh, mag-i-interview sa akin yung VP ng ganito or yung president ng ganito. Anong sasabihin ko? Malamang sasagutin mo lang din naman yung questions nila.
It's
straightforward.
about you.
Yes.
Correct.
So, tama, you really have to be mentally prepared.
Yes.
Totoo yun eh. Kasi pag dating mo doon, 'di ba? This is it. So kumbaga, give it your all. Give it your all na. Nandun na, push ka na, 'di ba?
Tsaka ngayon pa lang, yung sabi nga ni Chester na prepare, ibig sabihin nun, make yourself accustomed to speaking. Talaga, articulating your thoughts. Kasi, especially yung kapag gano'n na client na, for example, lalo na kung ang client mo foreigner, and you know naman, us Filipinos, we kind of feel inferior, di ba? May mga ganong thinking na,
colonial mentality.
Oo, na parang, American puti ito, or whatever, baka kailangan yung accent ko, Californian, or whatever. But no, yung nandun pa rin yan talagang be authentic. Kasi gusto nila nakikita ka nila na raw, masikita nila na honest ka. Hindi mo naman kailangan na perfect kasi kaya nga nag-a-apply sa job di ba? Kung mga parang hindi mo naman kailangan ipakita na flawless, okay? Pakita mo lang talaga na, okay, you can go ahead and introduce yourself na speak slowly, di ba? Hindi naman yung nagmamadali ka na you're trying to imitate other people's accent.
Hindi na tuloy maintindihan.
Actually, mas forgiving ang clients.
Correct.
Sa English. Tayong mga Filipinos are very particular.
Grammar and,
pero sila,
pronunciation.
They don't really notice it.
They don't really care.
Yung thought process kasi parang sila, they understand na this is your second language. And they admire you for that. That you're able to sustain this conversation at
Good
least.
point, oo. Kasi yung iba, na-conscious nga doon na saan ba ako mag-focus? Grammar ba? Accent ba? Maintindihan niya ba?
Sa skills and experience dapat.
Alam mo, ang mag-focus kayo, walang dead air. Yun nga ang sabi kanina na kailangan spontaneous yung conversation. It's just like you're talking na, you're trying hard to really talk and, converse. Kasi iba naman yun, you can speak, but, kailangan marunong ka makipag-usap sa kanila.
We all know that sometimes it's really easier said than done, pero practice really it makes it permanent. It's not that practice makes it perfect, pero it makes it permanent. Na pag sinanay mo yung sarili mo to talk and speak that way, or a certain, parang pag sinanay mo yung sarili mo with English and with all the movies and all, normally malalagay na yan in your mind and it will come out to you naturally na
Ayun.
invest in your time.
So, to your point, actually, isa to sa mga big mistakes ng mga nag-a-apply na for agents. They think in Tagalog,
And
then translate in their head to English. Yun yung problema doon. Kasi that's what removes the spontaneity. Kasi talagang, ano nga bang English nito?
So, nandun na yung fillers and mag-stutter na.
So, you have to start by thinking in English.
Yep. Sabi nga, practice makes permanent,
Yeah.
right?
Talk to yourself.
Kaya tayo may mga Olympic athletes. This is what they do, yung best singers, no? Sila, walang ibang ginawa kundi kanta ng kanta, yung mga swimmers swim ng swim, and the same thing that will happen to you if you practice.
Correct. And then, kung nasa bathroom kayo, di ba? For example, araw na ng interview mo, shower ka na, try to talk to yourself. Ano yung mga normaling tinatanong? Tell me something about yourself. Ano yung mga talents mo? Ano yung mga strengths and weaknesses mo? So, try mo na siyang, para pagdating na doon, pag sinalang ka na, organized na siya.
Yes.
Di ba? Parang dadagdagan mo na lang or babawasan mo, depende kung ano yung flow. Pero kung dumating ka doon na, as in wala, hindi ka nag-review, hindi ka nagbasa, or wala kang alam sa company na ina-applyan mo, isa yun sa pinaka importante guys, research about the position. Sinabi, may nabasa akong kahapon kasi I was researching for this episode. So sinabi nila doon, do not apply for a job that you are obviously not qualified. What's your take on that?
It's true.
Yeah, it's true, di ba?
Yun lang.
Di ba? Do not waste
You will really
people's time.
never make it.
Yeah.
Parang ganun, ano?
apply ka agad ng manager, no? Tapos hindi ka agent.
I remember what you just have shared, yung 2 weeks, tapos gusto ma-promote.
Yeah, oo, di ba? Nothing wrong with being very optimistic or being ambitious, okay? But you have to be very realistic, okay? You really have to consider muna na ano ba yung pinagdadaan.
Am I ready?
Are you ready?
Parang empathy yan to the interviewer or stewardship, no? Kung ikaw yung may-ari ng kumpanya, kung ikaw yung manager, would you hire a person with, na hindi qualified? Di ba? Parang,
kasi may mga basic qualifications, blank years of experience, blank experience in blank, ganun ano.
O kasi ang mangyayari niyan, if you apply for it and then let's say binigay sa'yo yung trabaho ng hiring manager, sino mahirapan?
Ikaw lang din, di ba? Correct.
Correct.
I'm just curious about your job kasi you're a talent acquisition director. Do you train recruiters or hiring managers or do you handle them?
I handle recruiters.
Yeah.
I handle recruiting managers, talent acquisition managers.
Okay.
So yun yung mga direct reports ko. Yung recruiters kasi they undergo an entire onboarding process.
May training din sila
Oh.
to do the job. Okay. Yun yung sinasabi kanina ni Chester na kailangan calibrated kayo. Kasi yung iba qualified siya for this person, yung iba hindi. Di ba
may
minsan
mga technical recruiters,
Yeah.
mga sales recruiters.
yung iba emotional. Medyo naawa siya, kailangan niya ng trabaho kasi.
Lahat kailangan ng trabaho, lahat pasado.
Oo, kaya
Gwapo
gwapo
na siya sa 3 account, wala pa rin eh.
Right. O kaya di ba, gwapo
God-fearing
kasi
naman
siya.
siya.
God-fearing siya. Sexy naman kasi siya. Parang, nandun ba, may bias ba talaga pag naging interview ka, especially sa physical appearance ng tao? Like, yung kanina pinag-uusapan natin yung dress code. Pag dumating siya doon na parang mukhang gusto or naka-t-shirt lang, although the interview is in the night shift, meron bang bearing yon sa points? Kino-consider nyo ba siya na parang...
Actually, yung ano lang proper hygiene is very important.
Correct.
Yan. And actually, pag merong mga sabihin natin may pumasok, medyo may amoy, we also provide the feedback.
Yeah.
Sinasabi namin. Sinasabi namin.
It's a holistic approach talaga.
You have to be honest with them Kasi, di ba, if you want to help this person land a job, di ba? You provide them a lot of feedback that they need.
Correct.
Hindi naman yan, they're not gonna take it negatively naman Depends on how you approach it. Di ba? So, pero yung dress code mo, you just have to, present yourself well. Hindi naman kasi, BPO, paano ba tayo pumasok?
Yeah.
And I think
Polo shirt, no?
And I think it's part of the advertisement business attire or semi-casual attire.
Correct. And for me,
Semi-casual's good.
it's not about dress code per se. It's not about your shirt should be parang branded. It's about yung mental state mo. Parang, why would you go to this interview dressed like that or something? Parang hindi man lang ikaw nag-ayos or something, Kaya parang, yun yung umano sa utak ko Parang, what were you thinking when you chose that? Kaya naka-sando, naka-shorts, naka-chinelas. Parang, what were you thinking, It's not about the sando, it's not about the shorts. It's about, what were you thinking?
Ibig sabihin nun, hindi mo talaga tinitake seriously yung profession, yung role.
Hindi dun sa, kung maganda na yung sando, kung may biceps naman, or
di ba?
maybe, or may jacket naman, or whatever, di ba? Then, yun. Pero ako yung parang, yung thought process behind that,
Ano yung iniisip mo?
what were you thinking,
Yeah,
Saka yung respect.
yeah,
Yes.
correct. Respect. Let's talk about yung giving feedback ngayon. Sinasabi nyo kasi, di ba, pwedeng hindi siya ma-hire dun sa company na yun, but at least you can help that person na makaland ng job maybe sa iba or baka after nung fail interview na yun, di ba, i-take yung feedback mo, di ba, na positively or constructive and then mag-improve. How is it hard to tell a person na hindi ka pasado kasi ganito?
It's hard. It's actually hard kasi it's hard to break somebody's heart.
I know,
Parang
yeah.
relationship lang di ba?
It is. You're breaking someone else's dream, di ba?
Oo.
You're crushing it.
Lalo pag in high spirits talaga siya,
Oo, gustong-gusto niya, pero hindi talaga
Sobrang
qualified.
motivated siya. Gusto niya talaga, di ba? It's hard. It's heartbreaking, actually, to provide feedback. Pero alam mo yun, you still want to help the person and the only way for you to help that person is to provide that feedback para mag-improve siya dun.
Yes.
Kasi sabihin mo sa kanya, balik ka after 3 months. Try ulit natin.
May ganon. Is it truly 3 months na ano?
3 months
break up lang
rule.
din.
May 3 months. Oo, may 3 month rule din pala sa
3-month rule.
How do you handle that, Chester? Na pag sasabihin mo na it's a no?
Well, dahil I'm part of the closing interview, I rarely do that, say no. But they have some inclinations. Kasi usually at the end of the interview, I already give advices. I think you should focus on this, focus on that, right? Parang nila. We always say, feedback is a gift, right?
It is.
Kasi we don't want to waste each other's time, right? In order for me to, let's say, unqualified talaga. nasa isip mo, this is a waste of time, right? Pero in my mind, nandito na tayo.
Yeah,
let's make use of it. That's why feedback, no? Para at least yung susunod na magiging interview niya, hindi na gano'n, parang and even parang nakapag-citizenship na, corporate citizenship na to give advices to that. Kasi that's already a 30-minute or an hour slot for you, right? Why not, ba't pa tayo maglolokohan or
Make the most out of it.
I'd rather spend that time, how we can make this better interview or whatever. Para, if that person really takes that into heart, I think the next interview might be in the same company, right? He will be successful.
Correct. May nag-breakdown na ba? May na-experience ka na nag-breakdown dahil na-reject siya?
Meron.
Really? How do you handle that?
The guards.
It's their job.
No, classic example to kasi, I don't know, this guy was like, basta, weird. He was weird. So, na-reject na siya, and then he would go to another site, tapos he's posting as, I'm the new OM. Ganun, agent ang in-applyan nito.
Yeah.
I'm the new OM, ganyan. So, syempre, lahat sila balisa kasi syempre, hindi naman nila alam na, may bagong OM. Kasi it's announced di ba?
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody new is joining the company, it would be announced, right? So, yun. And then he would go back to our other site, tas nandun naman siya, nanggugulo siya. Medyo harassment siya eh.
Okay.
Kasi I think parang type niya ata yung isa kong recruiter. Ganun yung dating. And he was looking for that recruiter. Kasi talagang binalik-balikan niya araw-araw.
Wow, scary.
Scary na talaga. So, it ended up na yung guard na talaga nag-escort sa kanya palabas. Wala na tayong magagawa.
Nagba-blacklist na siya, no?
Pag ganun, na yun, blacklist na yun sa company? Or may mga ganun? Okay. May mga nagre-retaliate ba na mga na-reject niyo? Or may message kayo or ita-text kayo ng mga something?
May mga threats.
Mga threats.
Ipapag-good job kita.
In my experience, so far wala naman eh. Again, yun nga yung parang technique ko eh, no? If you're not, I give advices na lang. Para at least kasi I always make it to a point na interview should be a pleasant
experience
to everybody. Failed, pass.
May natutunan siya.
May natutunan siya kahit paano. Yun na lang yung magagawa ka for him or for her. Right? So far wala pa naman. Meron yung mga, sir, pwede pa ba talaga?
Yeah.
Yung
Bargain.
second opinion, sabi ko, well, it's something na parang advice na lang. Wala pa naman. Kasi ako, rin ako eh. BPO, malaking industry, pero same people you see out the door, in the door, mga pumapasok, and then I don't want to, kasi sometimes baka pag, minatamata mo yun, and then that person becomes a manager, then I'll apply for
nag-burn ka ng bridge, di ba? Di ba? You wouldn't know.
And even kahit ako, mga agents kasi, minsan, sir, kilala ko yun. Kamusta siya? Agent yun, ha? That means na, kumbaga, someone taking calls or doing the job is able to give feedback and give me insights. Ganun ba? Or minsan, ganun ba talaga siya? So, don't burn bridges, no? But treat everyone with respect.
Yeah.
How should they handle job search rejection?
Take the feedback constructively.
That's it.
Yeah, kasi it's an opportunity for you to better yourself. Diba?
Okay. So, yun talaga yung pinaka-bottom line na nung pag sinasabihan sila ng no, inisip nila na parang it's the end of the world. Okay.
It's not.
Kaya naman yung parang ayoko na ng industry na yan or ang masama, binabadmouth na nila kasi hindi sila nakapasa.
Yeah.
So, normally yun yung mga taong bitter talaga sila sa industry or bitter sila dun sa position or sa company, and then maganda sana kung gagamitin mo siya in a positive way, na magpa-manager ka, and babalik ka doon, manager ka na. Pero kung nagbabash, nag-rant ka na, and then lahat ng mga, kasi maraming mga ganun, aminin natin, maraming mga hindi pa rin talaga nakakaintindi sa kung paano yung takbo ng BPO industry. That's why we have call center radio, may mga pages na para not really to defend, but really to give awareness, di ba? May mga indie films na ngayon na all about call center to show people na it's not like a no-brainer job. It's not like na parang ano ba to yung parang sinasabi nila. Di ba? Yung ibig sabihin, serious yung profession na yun. And then may mga tao sa loob na may mga breadwinners, may mga engineers, may mga nurses, doctors, may mga titles sila. And then it's just like a different world, okay? Kasi masyado nga siyang fast-paced. So, ano yung mga advice niyo sa mga job applicants pala out there na parang yun yan? Baka kailangan nila ng mga tips or pieces of advice. Number one tip normally.
You prepare. Again, unahin sa you prepare, no? Research about the company, right? Research. Ngayon medyo madali because of social media, no? Dati about page, about us, company profile. Right now, you just go to the Facebook page of that company and then just look who are your common friends who like this and then ask for feedback, right? Kasi kami as interviewer, we take pride sa company namin na we represent during interview. And if you have some tidbits na ano ba, number 4 BPO.
Oh, yeah.
Kayo, that's why I want to be part of your company. Ganun bola. Pero in a way, parang, okay, this person took time, right?
To research.
To do a research. And second is, if you have time, you can also research who your interviewer is. Just to, parang to set the context.
Yeah, correct.
To set the context, right? Getting to know that person. And then third is the post. The job that you're applying for.
Yeah.
No? Job that applying for, that means it needs to be relevant to you.
Yes.
Kasi if it's not relevant to you, how can you talk about it? How can you convince your interviewer that I'm the best fit for this job? Or even fit for the job, right? So, iba kasi parang yung common mistakes nila na parang I'm here, siguro may nakalagay lang doon sa headline na 25K signing bonus. And hit apply.
Yeah.
Right? So that's
ang tinignan nila noon, good written and verbal communication skills. That's
so you need to understand if ikaw muna mag-self-assessment na am I fit for the job? Right? And siguro kasi usually yung mga job qualification very ideal yan, right? And then you prepare for those items na medyo alanganin ka so that you can also talk about it, no? Kumbaga full package that me as an interviewer able to assess you based from what you have told me dun sa job na ina-applyan mo. So I can, this person has a potential. I'm willing to, take a risk or take a gamble, right? Because I've been interviewing for so many years na hindi lahat is best fit. Yeah. But what I really like about is yung mga taong with potential. Say for me as a recruiting manager or as a hiring manager, parang if they go up the ladder, parang ako kumuha niyan.
Yeah. Pride mo rin siya.
Ako nag-recruit dyan, right?
Success story.
How about you,
Okay, so I mean, I totally agree that they really have to be mentally prepared, and you have to always think of it as putting your best foot forward all the time. Kasi diba, yan, it ties down to, tie din dito yung how you dress up for the interview pag nag-apply ka, diba? Kasi you're mentally prepared nga diba? And you have to make sure that your blood is pumping kasi baka mamaya mag-pass out ka na lang bigla, diba? So, be mentally prepared, present yourself well, right? Always put your best foot forward and you always have to believe in yourself. Kasi, bottom line yan, pagdating sa huli, right? Pag na-hire ka, ilang tao na yung naniwala sa'yo Your initial interviewer, your final interviewer. So, it's all up to you to believe in yourself para makuha mo yung trabaho.
I super like that. Believe in yourself. You're halfway there.
Yeah.
Okay, so nakatutok pa rin po sa ating live session ngayon si John Kelvin Lumibaw. Hello. We also have Alan Corella, we have Mary Grace Gallardo, we have Bench Palad Gonzalez, we have Seth Rivera. So ayan, kung may mga questions pa po kayo sa ating mga guests sa studio, just go ahead and comment on the Facebook live session ngayon. Live pa rin po kami ngayon on Facebook and on YouTube and of course on DZRJ Radio.
Yes.
We have a few announcements, Frank, regarding dun sa VoiceWorks.
Okay. Creative Voices Productions VoiceWorks, the country's premier and most comprehensive voice acting and dubbing workshop, is opening its door to the 42nd batch of individuals who want to explore their potential. Be one of the best voice talents in the Philippines. Join VoiceWorks now. Classes start this October 7. Just visit facebook.com/Creative Voices Productions for more details. At makakasama niyo po ako dyan.
So yung mga interested po mag-voice acting o kaya mga dubbing, di ba? So please sign up. So class will start next month. Diba?
Yep.
So I think kahapon nag-graduation lang kami. Speaking of mga yun nga, mga workshops and mga training, gano'n, kasi di ba nag-invest yung company sa mga training workshop or whatever. Ano yung mga pwedeng masasuggest nyo? For example, nag-fail sila. Ano yung mga pwede nyong, do you advise them to like, can you take this course or probably may mga ganun bang program sa company? Alam ko may binanggit si JM sa results na meron kayong program na for example hindi siya nakapasa, you give that person a chance to undergo like a training.
Wild
Yeah,
card
so
yung
somewhere-
wild
Wild card,
yeah.
parang ganon.
So some sort of a near hire training. So kumbaga parang almost there na nga sila. So sabihin natin, sumabit pagdating sa language. Sabihin
Correct,
natin,
correct.
diba? So yun, so we provide those trainings naman po. So, it's a good opportunity for them, to better themselves, to improve in that perspective, diba? And pag nagana naman sila doon, we give them a chance naman, like after the training.
Okay, so nice step, diba? May gusto ka bang...
Sila? Batiin guest? I don't know.
May mga gusto ba kayong i-invite pala?
Yeah.
Or mga announcements or anything?
Okay, well, we're continuously hiring at the results
Yeah.
company. So,
Promote.
Yeah, so we do have several sites. So in Metro Manila, we have sites in Silver City, which is in Tiendesitas. We have a site at the corner of IPI and not IPI. So along C5 at the corner of Ortigas Avenue Extension. We have a site in Eastwood and also in Q Plaza in Cainta. And we have a couple of sites in Cebu. So in Mactan, New Town. And then we also have a site in Lipa, Batangas. So just, feel free to visit our site and look for any recruiter and they will be happy to help you.
But how about yung online ninyo?
Online, of course, Facebook. On Facebook, we have the Results Manila Careers. So just like our page and feel free to chat with our recruiter and, he or she will, definitely respond to you.
Well, for me, I'm not from recruitment, no? Siguro, i-plug ko na rin. So, Accenture has a recruitment hub in Pioneer Mall, right? So, that's where I applied, actually.
Yeah.
Right? That's where there's some Victory, so other side of the Victory. So, third floor yata yun. So, we have a lot of jobs open, no? So, I encourage you to go there.
Okay, yeah. So we have to take a short break po mga ka-teammates. Sa pagbabalik po natin, konting lang siguro, mga last tips na lang or last advice para sa ating mga live viewers and of course sa mga listeners. So time check in the Philippines, 7:49 a.m. Stay with us.
A-Try Media, DZRJ, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino.
Welcome back to Call Center Radio mga ka-teammates. Pinag-uusapan pa rin po natin common mistakes job applicants make. So, nag-share tayo kanina ng mga tips and mga pieces of advice. So, again, nagbago na po ang time slot ng Call Center Radio. So, maraming salamat po sa A-Try Media and of course sa DCRJ and our founder and producer, walang iba kundi ang voice master of the Philippines, Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez.
Yeah,
So,
Sir Choi, good
napapakinggan niyo po kami
morning.
mula alas 6 hanggang alas 8 ng umaga every Sunday. So kung may mga topics po kayo mga gustong i-suggest, mga gustong mag-guests, please join the Call Center Radio Network.
Yep, and we want to congratulate our producer, Sir Choi nga, for his book for being nominated as one of the finalists for the 36th National Book Awards.
Perfect.
So if you haven't, kung wala ka pa nung book niya, ito po ay ang book na ang title ay Gusto Kong Maging Voice Talent by Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez.
Kasama niya sa category na yan. Sa ibang category actually, yung taga-Sycom si Macron ito man daw, yung naging guest natin dito. Author siya nung taga-call center ako. So yung book niya na yon kasama rin, finalist din siya. So congratulations Macron, well deserved. Kasi at least, di ba, isa yung another platform yun na maraming mag-share ng mga tips about life in a call center.
Yes.
So, i-like nyo pong ang aming official page, Call Center Radio PH on Facebook. My personal page is MA Bundia HD and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, MA Bundia HD. I usually upload the snippets ng episode nito and the entire episode yun sa aking channel. So, may mga gusto kayo i-plug?
How about you?
Let's
Mga
have them first.
personal
greetings.
greetings.
Mga gusto kayong batiin.
Family, friends.
Well, I have
Pasok kayo,
two
sige.
in the booth now.
Hey!
Hello kayo.
Here.
With us.
Dito po.
Yan, nandito kayo. Hi kayo.
Say hi.
Say hi.
Hello.
Hello!
Ayan, baka gusto nyo mag-audience dito sa amin, just let us know.
Yes.
So, Chester.
Want to greet my wife,
Your
si
wife.
Amy, saka yung ever supportive sisters niya. So they're
They're watching.
si Yai, saka si Angge, right? And also my teammates, no, sa office, sila Mimo, I saw Frandy,
Nakita ko,
Alan, sila Aubrey. So, hello sa inyo guys.
The G Network family. Hindi namin pwedeng sabihin nyo kung anong client. Pero alam nyo kung sino kayo. Go ahead.
Yeah, as always, you can like my personal page. It's Tanya Sempron, and I have the Ratch online shop for all those cosmetic stuff. And ano pa ba? Yun lang naman so far.
You can also go ahead and like my official Facebook page, that's Host Frank Rizzo. For your professional hosting needs, you can definitely contact me.
Perfect, diba? And then next week, tumuto po kayo kasi ito isa tong controversial na episode kasi magiging guest namin si Sian Gaza. You know, Sian Gaza, kung familiar kayo. And then we have siya na author siya ng book na Is It Time to Quit Your Job? Kasi pag-usapan natin how to properly leave the company. Okay, when is it time to leave or resign? Okay, very interesting topic po next week. Again, our time slot is gonna be from 6 a.m. till 8 a.m. Sunday. So again, isang oras naman po ng inspiration.
Dalawang
oras. Okay, baguhin ko na ang aking script. Okay, 2 oras naman po ng inspiration, motivation, and empowerment ang nagdaan dito sa Call Center Radio. And muli sa pamumuno po ng aming founder and producer, walang iba kundi ang voice master, ang poging-poging Sir Pocholo de Leon Gonzalez. Makikita kami mamaya sa ABS-CBN. So kami po ang inyong mga ka-teammates sa BPO. I am your call center vlogger, M.A. Buendia.
And I am your engineer BPO teammate, Tanya Sampron.
And I am your events host ka-teammate, the terrific host, Frank Rizzo.
Stay tuned po kasi ang The Author's Voice will be coming right after.
Yeah.
So, thank you mga ka-teammates. See you
Lag
next
out
week.
na.
Bye. Lag out.
Bye-bye!
It's here, the only radio talk show made specially for all workers of the call center industry. Call Center Radio. It aims to become a platform for conversation about anything related to the call center industry. We'll have different guests every week to discuss some tips, advices, and share inspiring stories of BPO employees. Call Center Radio. Call Center Radio. Hosted by M.A. Buendia, Frank Rizzo, and Tanya Sampron. Every Sunday, 7 to 8 a.m. Only here at DZRJ, 8:10 a.m. A-Try Media, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. A-Try Media, DZRJ, ang himpilan ng bawat Pilipino. Ating alamin at unawain